Good morning, happy Friday to y'all. Happy Friday. Good morning, Pearl, how are you? Good morning, Miss Cynthia. Good morning. I already have it going this morning. Good morning, Jules. Good morning, Barb. Good morning. How are you? Good morning, Candace. Good morning. Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday. It is Friday morning, and we're going to have a good day today. We are quilting. Had to change the schedule today a little bit because I am like falling. Good morning, Sharon. I'm falling behind on getting things done for Christmas. So, needless to say, we're quilting today. So, but hopefully, we got it going over here. So, thank you. Quilting with my peeps. Y'all are my peeps. So, good morning, Baxter. Good morning, coolest dad. I did some freestanding lace. How did you like doing the freestanding lace part? How did you like doing the freestanding lace? Hey, Bev. Good morning. And so I got a new camera ordered for YT also. Good morning, Jennifer. So hopefully it'll be in next week. So the new camera that I have coming, I'm going to be able to zoom in on the items that we're doing too. So hopefully we'll see how that goes. So I need to get stronger melt away. I made 3 and was cool. Double it, Barb. If you double it, it'll help. I found that because I was having issues with that too. So if you double that, if you double the stabilizer on there, it helps. Good morning. My husband just got it, so it's telling him morning. I think you used the wrong size needle. I literally, Barb, use a universal needle. I use that universal knot. Thank you, Bev. That was very sweet of you. I'm getting hit by snowballs. Keep breaking thread. It's where is my thing? Watching that, make sure it's good. Hold on. I can tell you. It is 8012. 8012 is the size of it. It's pretty much the one that I use for everything. So it's an 80-12 is your size. So good morning, y'all. Good morning. It is Friday. The Friday before Christmas, y'all. Good morning, Chris. How are you this morning? I have quilting going. We had to get some. I've got quilts, y'all. I've got 7 quilts I've got to get quilted. So y'all are gonna watch. Going to be listening, trying to be productive. Go Sharon. What is the squeaky noise? So the squeaky noise is actually the embroidery machine going. It is actually it's just winding up, going a little quicker. So very cool. I'm gonna try again today and tweak some things. Yeah, try it again today. Like I said, double that stabilizer and then check your needle. Oh no, Jennifer. No, we're quilting today, y'all. We are quilting today. So, and this one's turning out really pretty. So the design I'm using, it's a swirl design, almost like the ocean, because this is she wanted it like an ocean theme on this quilt. So, and it's a t-shirt quilt that I did. I think I showed y'all. And and the fabric that's on there, the coordinating fabric I have on there is like an ocean theme. So what I did is I got these designs, and the design I got is from Juju. So you can't get me on YT today. Why not, Baxter? Good morning. So I've already done 1 row. I already did 1 row this morning. So Each hooping on this takes 10 minutes, so it takes a little while to get it stitching. So takes a little bit. So are all y'all working on things for Christmas? So this design is 16 by 10 and a half, y'all. So if you're gonna quilt and you have the possibility of using a big hoop, it helps. Sometimes you start quilting, you're like, man, I really wish I wouldn't have gone as an intricate design as this, because it just takes forever on these quiltings, y'all. It just takes forever. So forever, forever. I might be able to listening to you and making DT gang sheets to send off. So awesome. I just ordered some more. Quilts that I'm getting some in today. So need to finish this pot holder. Yeah, get your sewing out, y'all. Get your sewing out. Here, let me zoom. I'm gonna zoom you guys in so you can see. See if we can see this here. That way y'all can see the but yeah, each hooping, but you see all the stitching in here? I mean, and it's gorgeous, And I did like a really light blue. That way it didn't take away from the actual quilt. So, oh, and y'all are mirrored. And let me unmirror y'all. There you go. I unmirrored you. Headed to work soon, cleaning craft room out. Jennifer, I'm trying to organize. I'm trying to organize my craft room because I had kind of a craziness going. So, and I have to tell you, so y'all see this hoop on the back here. So I got that sock hoop. We're gonna be trying that after the holidays. I want to try that because I think we can use it on like the sleeves of your sweatshirts. We're gonna try that after the holidays. So we got to get through the holidays first. So I've got, like I said, I've got 7 quilts to quilt. So we're getting, I have all of them stitched together, but one, and I'll get that one stitched together today. So I'll get that one stitched together today. I tell you, you don't realize how, I don't know what it is, but the quilt gets heavy. You know, you feel it when before you're quilting it, and for some reason or another, it feels like once it's quilted, it gets that much more heavier. So as you're quilting in the hoop, you got to be careful because when you're doing a bigger quilt, it'll like go off the back of the machine, the front of the machine, and you got to be careful to make sure that it doesn't pull that fabric out of the hoop, especially if you're using the magnetic hoop, because sometimes it'll just pull that fabric out of the hoop. I'm holding this up here because we've got the edge of the fabric there. Edge of the fabric there. And I did lift my foot up some. You have the possibility of, when you're quilting, to lift up that foot. That way it's not sitting right on the quilt. Because a lot of times, we're going to come back this way. Come back this way for a little bit. When you're quilting those, dropping things. When you're quilting those quilts in there, you have to be careful because sometimes it'll go and it'll hit those things and it'll bunch. And then, good morning, Linda. And yes, it is a lot of quilts, Jennifer. But when you're quilting, it'll be quilting along and it'll catch one of those seams and then it'll pull and then it'll mess up the quilting. So you have the possibility on your sewing machine, good morning, that you can lift it up a little bit. So You finally got to me. Guess it was delayed. Oh, awesome, Baxter. Awesome. You can lift it up. So if you go into your settings, it was page 8 on mine. You'll see on my setting, on this one anyways, in there it said embroidery foot level. It was like the height. Then you're able to raise and lower the height of your foot. So just I went up like probably a quarter of an inch. That way it doesn't go and hit those seams and then pull it off, and then it just throws it off there. So yeah, check it out, Barb. Check it out, because I'll tell you, when you're quilting and you end up getting to those seams, and you know how sometimes it'll sit there and it'll like try and hop over the seam on there, it makes it kind of hard. It's kind of aggravating. So yeah. So, but all right, we're gonna continue on. We're gonna move it over. So I'm gonna move y'all here. And a hoop. And a hoop. And a hoop. I already changed the bobbin. I'm gonna go 2 more and then change bobbin again. 2 more and change that bobbin again. The joys of doing a bigger quilt, y'all. The joys of doing a bigger quilt. Sometimes getting it stretched out on the hoop is fun, I'll tell you. Because I have this bunch here and it's just like, ah. I have to say, it is easier on a long arm, though. It is easier on a long arm, but that's okay. I'm just going to have to go with that because bigger quilts, y'all. Bigger. I'm trying. I have like a bunch right here, and I'm trying to get it out. I'm not having any luck, y'all. Not having any luck. I may just have to play with it while it's stitching. May just have to play with it while it's stitching. It is not letting me. I think we're just gonna have to stitch it out, y'all. I think we're just gonna have to stitch it out. Making sure that we're not stitching on top of it anywhere. Last thing you want to do is you want to get to this point and you're like, how much weight can the arm hold? I was thinking the quilt is, so I actually have it, I have like a footstool over here that I'm holding. So, and there's a table on this other side. So, I don't know. So thanks for the follow. Good morning. I appreciate y'all. So, we're going to go ahead and just keep stitching here. Just keep stitching, y'all. So this is a t-shirt quilt that we're stitching out. Said the design is a swirl design. It is from Juju. The design's from Juju. So if you guys like the design, go check them out. They have all kinds of good designs over there, y'all. All kinds of good designs. Kind of hard on these quilts sometimes, getting them straight. So. And so, when I do these hoops, y'all, I have a hoop envy. So when I do these quilts, as you can see on the side, you see I have quite a bit of, I have like probably 6 inches of extra batting and backing on the back side. So oh man, I got hit in the head with a snowball. Thank you. But anyways, when you have that, I always put at least like 6 inches of extra fabric and batting on the side, right in the face, right, Lise? Fun. So extra batting on the side, that way that you're able to hoop closer to the side of that fabric. Because if you don't have that extra on the side, it makes it where you can't get very close to the side, because if you do it right to the side, you're going to have like 6 inches of quilt that's not quilted on the side. So, and you have a good section. You could do 2 inches up to 3 inches on the sides that you don't quilt, because you're going to add a binding onto the side of it. But you don't want this much on the side of it that's not quilted. So it gets heavy. That quilt gets heavy, y'all. So it is a 16 by 10. So this design is 16 by 10 and a half. So that's the biggest design it'll hold, is a 16 by 10 and a half. So it's a big hoop. It is a big hoop. So, but this is a big quilt. So make sure that it stays. Yeah, it is a really good size. It is a really good size on there. So let me go back this way. And thanks for the follows, y'all. Thanks for the follows. We'll add another one. I'm trying to add a new goal. Thanks for joining, y'all. Thank you for joining. Okay, so let's come back this way. So like I said, this is probably a single size. But quilting is bigger quilts on the embroidery machine can get interesting sometimes. So try and make sure that it stays in there. Like I said, the more you quilt, the heavier it gets. So you got to be careful on it. So you got to try and stay. Good morning from Ohio. Free designs, but oh hey, Marnie's saying there's free designs on Juju today, y'all. Check them out. But yeah, when you get to this stage, you've already created this quilt. You have it in the hoop, and you're quilting it. At this point, you want to keep an eye on it. I've not kept an eye on it sometimes, and then end up coming back, and I'm like, okay, it's going to the next hooping, and it's totally messed up. So I try and keep an eye on it while it's quilting. So that way, just to make sure it doesn't mess up. All right, Miss Lisa, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. The bagel. Finally found it. Finally found it. Let's see if there's any more Christmas ones. Christmas ones are fun, y'all. Christmas, Christmas, Christmas. Winter map. Okay, that one's a little much. Anybody else working on some Christmas quilts? Anybody else working on some Christmas quilts, y'all? Where are we all at this morning? Where are we all from? Like I said, I have this one. I've got 6 more to do, y'all. I have got 6 more to do. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for joining Florida. Welcome from Florida. Welcome, Florida. So I'm in Arizona. Anybody that's new to me, I am in Arizona. We got a few from Florida, y'all. We have a few from Florida. Very cool. Very cool. Very cool. Depending on where it's quilting at, we're really going to be able to see that quilting on the red, which is going to be cool. New York. Oh, welcome, New York. Welcome, New York. I've only had a couple from New York. So welcome to the live. I appreciate you joining. Appreciate you joining there. Oklahoma. Welcome, Oklahoma. Mimi. I'm a Mimi. I'm a Mimi. I've got 5 grandkids, y'all. 5 grandkids. And they are awesome. My kids are awesome. Just quilting away. Texas. Welcome, Sharon, Texas. Welcome, welcome, welcome. First one is it's great. Awesome, awesome. Well, congratulations on the grandkids. Grandkids are fun. Grandkids are fun. Who's got grandkids? Like I said, I got 5. So my oldest is 12. And then I have 2 that is 5 years old. And then I have a 4-year-old and a 3-year-old. So 5 grandkids. So they are awesome. Good morning. Thanks for joining. Thank you for joining. I appreciate it. Thanks for the heart me. Thanks for the heart me. Anybody that's new to me, I'm on Monday through Friday. We do sewing 4:30 to 6:30 in the morning. I have 5. The oldest is 22. Awesome, Laura. Very cool. That's exciting. That is, they grow way too fast, right? They grow way too fast. It's like, why? No. Do you have a preference of the end of the hoop design? So Mimi, I love Juju. Kimberbell. Kimberbell has awesome. Hello from Idaho. Hello and welcome to the live. So like I said, Kimberbell, Juju, Urban Threads. There's quite a few different ones that I like. I do use Kimberbell and Juju a lot. You can get some on Etsy too. So all kinds of different places that you can get them. So, but Juju and Kimberbell is probably my most popular if I don't create them myself. Sometimes if I can't find what I'm looking for, I'll go create them myself. So I just I get so busy and I don't have time to create them. I have 8. The oldest is 17. The youngest is 2 months old. Oh, how cool, Sharon! How cool! Okay, hubby's off to work. Need to jump in the shower. All right, go jump in the shower. On E, don't say the full play. Oh, yes, thank you. I keep forgetting. I keep forgetting. Y'all have to keep me in line here. Good morning from Kentucky on this cold and windy day. It's supposed to be warm here. They said they're supposed to have a record high today. Supposed to have a record high today, so I'll take the record high. So it looks like it's going to be in the 70s today. So, and I think we're going to go on a side by side right today. So I was excited. I was excited. I have a doctor's appointment this morning. And this afternoon after work. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the live. Have you created background quilting design on your? I have not actually on the embroidery machine. So we're gonna go back here. We're gonna move it again. We're gonna move it again. I have not done that on the actual machine. I know there's a possibility on the machine. I just haven't played with the design center very much. I haven't played with that design center very much. So we're gonna check my bobbin, make sure the bobbin's good. Make sure that bobbin is good. Let's get on the bobbin. I think we can go. We can go one more. We can go one more on that bobbin. I have a projector on this machine, so with the projector, you turn that projector on and then you align it right there in the corner. And then you can see exactly where you need to put your hoop there. Exactly where you need to put that hoop. You always want to make sure that you're not quilting underneath. So you don't want to have your backing fabric quilted to the back of this thing. So because that's a lot of seam ripping if you end up doing that, y'all. Isn't it a full backing? I like the backing that I found. So I use sheets for my backing. So everybody has their own idea on if that's a good idea or not. So, but I like to use sheets because number one, it's the size of a backing that you need for that quilt. So number two, I like sheets. Why not? They're very pretty. You find some really pretty sheets out there. So, and I usually just buy the topping. I just usually buy that top sheet. So, thank you for the ice cream. Yummy. Ice cream, ice cream. Ice cream, ice cream. What projects is everybody working on? What projects are we all working on? I said I've got 7 quilts, including this one that I got to get quilted. So by Christmas. So hopefully we'll get this one finished this morning. Once I get this one finished, I'll get another one sandwiched, get it loaded, and get this one binded, get this one out the door. This one is actually a commission that I did. So somebody ordered this quilt. So they're like, if you can get it done for Christmas, okay, but if not, we'll do it for Valentine's Day. And of course, me, the person I am, and I'm like, tell you what, we'll get it done for Christmas. So I did a hurry up and sew this sucker together. So, but I think it turned out phenomenal. It turned out phenomenal. So it's really cool. So I'm a people pleaser, y'all. I am a complete people pleaser. So that is just who I am. So I love to make everybody happy. So I have to make a small gift for a 7-year-old girl. Make her a do a do a small bag. Do a small bag. Free motion practice and a freestanding lace ornament. Very cool, Barb. Very cool. For the little 7-year-old, make her a little bag. They love bags. Little zipper bags is kind of cool. Bears. I have a free bear design on my site that I do. We're actually going to be making bears on Monday. Anybody want to see how to make bears? Come join on Monday. Come join on Monday. We're going to be making bears because I got 3 bears I got to make too. Actually 4. I got 4 bears I have to make. So we're going to see how many. Good morning, Tammy. We're going to see how many bears we can get stitched up on Monday. So good morning. Good morning. So yeah, if y'all, so next week's schedule is somewhere over there. But next week on, yeah, Monday we're gonna do bears. We're gonna make bears on Monday. So thank you for the rose. Thank you for the rose. Thanks for the follow. Thanks for the follow. So the design or the pattern that we're using is my grandmother's pattern. So I have shared that pattern with y'all. If you click on the first pin in there, thanks for the heart me. Thanks for the heart me. If you a bag and a bear would be quick. Absolutely, yeah, it would be very quick. So bears stitched together so quickly, y'all. Bears stitched together so quickly. Hold on, let me go grab one of the bears and I'll show you what we're gonna be stitching here. So this is what I'm talking about when I say bears. So these are the bears I make. So the eyes are stitched. This one's a little off kilter here. He's a little off kilter, but and then you can add like embroideries to the tummy. I'm thinking about adding maybe some transfers, right? Yeah, memory bears. So and give them anything you want. I mean, whatever fabric, you just need a day off work to get right full of that. I'm telling you, I do. So, but yeah, if you guys want to do memory bears, Monday, we are doing bears on Monday. Thank you. I appreciate that. So yes, we will do bears on Monday. If you want the pattern, I have given the pattern to you guys. If you want to sew along with the pattern, if you click on my profile, that first pin, it'll tell you how to get there, and then go grab that pattern. Scroll down, you'll see it on there. Just grab it as a PDF. And we'll be stitching them out on Monday. We'll be stitching these out on Monday. There is another over on YT. You'll be able to see. I've done them on live before, but we're going to do them again. It was a request to do them again, so we're going to do bears on Monday. We will do bears on Monday. So, but it's funny. You sit there and look at this, and he looks like this one's like way down. But if you look at him here, it doesn't look that bad. So, but I'm sitting there looking at him that way, and it's like he's like off kilter there. So, but anyway, so. That is what we're going to be working on Monday. So anybody wants to come join on Monday, come hang out, y'all. Come hang out and work on bears. Come hang out and work on bears. Oh, thank you. So that is actually going to my kids, my oldest son and his wife. So my mom had a Harley. So and one of the names, she had a few names she went by, but Harley Joe Mama was one of them. So this is actually going to go, they have a memorial in their house for her. So that's actually going to sit up on the memorial for them. So yeah, it's kind of cool. So cute. Gets to the holidays and it's like, I'm this small. Seems crazy. She's already been gone this long. So too long, y'all. Too long. So we have another hour and a half, y'all. So literally, if you have questions, ask away. Otherwise, we're going to be sitting here quilting. So I'll turn you back over. We'll watch quilting for a while. And like I said, if you have questions, holler at me and let me know. holler at me and let me know. So thank you for the follow, Donna. Thanks for the follow. So we're gonna go there. So he said we're just quilting along. We're gonna quilt along. I don't know how much we'll get done. She did, Jeanette. She did. So it was funny. She said she turned 50 and she decided she wanted a Harley, so she did. The Shadow Box Bear. Tammy, yes. Okay, so there. She's asking about the Shadow Box Bear. So we will be doing that one. I gotta get this is what she's talking about with the Shadow Box Bear. So a friend of mine cut out the film for me, and then I did an applique of the bear. So and he's gonna be going in a shadow box with some flowers and stuff. So but I gotta get the flowers and stuff stitched. I gotta get Christmas done. Let me get Christmas done, y'all. So once we get Christmas done, we will do this one. We will probably not next week. What bobbins do you use? I have ordered those, Marnie. Those are I use those a lot. So, but so yeah, and if you're wondering what we're talking about, shadow box on these, let me show you. Let me show you on this, because we're going to be doing pretty much. I'm watching that to make sure we're still okay here. Making sure we're still okay. I gotta keep an eye on it here, guys. Keep an eye on it. Stay there. Okay, and I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna use a different shadow box, but so this is what we're gonna do with that bear. So probably not next week, maybe the following week. And you can see this is all 3D. So what we're going to do is we're going to take and do the same thing on the bear. So after Christmas, so works for me also. My family is down. Also, enjoy your family, Tammy. Please enjoy your family. You got to enjoy the family while they're there. So yeah, we'll be doing that bear, the shadow box bear. It's going to be a lot of fun. It will be a lot of fun, y'all. Fun. Anybody traveling for the holidays? I'm not going anywhere for the holidays, so I'm not going anywhere. So my husband is working that day. So I know for Thanksgiving I ended up taking stuff down to the jail for them. Yes, that's gonna be a fun live. That is going to be a fun live. So it'll be cool. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Like I said, anybody new, y'all get to choose what we do on the live. Y'all get to choose what we do on that live. So like I said, next week we already have the schedule. Let's see if I can find my next week's schedule. Okay, so next week's schedule. So Monday we're gonna do those bears, like I showed you on that. Tuesday we're gonna do turn dash. That's throw carry for a loop day. The turn dash square. So we're gonna learn how to make that turn dash. On Wednesday, request to do lace again. So we'll do that lace in the hoop again. So I'll show y'all how to do lace in the hoop. And then on Thursday is a flower square. Looking to drive to Florida for the new year. Awesome. Well, drive safe, please. Drive safe. You gotta be safe there. So, and then Friday. I'm not sure what we're doing Friday. Don't mean to be a pain, but where is the bear pattern? Oh, you're not a pain, Mimi. You are not a pain. Hold on. Did you click that first link in my bio? If you follow those instructions, it'll let you get over to my link tree. I have a tree. I don't know how to say it. So TT is made where I can't put LINKs in there anymore. It won't let me put LIN. Yeah. Cynthia can get you there. You are not a pain at all. I'm going to go here. I think I'm going to have to change now. I don't like to run out of the bobbins, so I always end up, yeah. So I change it out when it's kind of low, and then I just end up using that on some smaller projects. Trying to find the end. Good morning. Good morning. How's Christy this morning? So not in the bio. So it's the first pinned profile. Look at the first pinned post on there. There's a QR, and it'll tell you how to get to that QR. I have to be careful because they don't let me pin anything anymore. So yeah, it's a pain. It's like why they don't let me do that anymore. So Marnie, have I done a rag quilt? Yes, I have done a rag quilt. I have done a rag quilt. I'm on the second row. This is taking a while to stitch. Taking a while to stitch. Thank you for the kitties. Thanks for the kitties. You were awesome. Okay, so we're gonna go up here. I see. Thank you. Oh my gosh, bears. How cool are the bears? Y'all are awesome. Y'all are awesome. Tom Christmas. Awesome. It's Christmas time, y'all. Christmas time. Christmas. So take it, yeah. Yes. And then if you hold down on it, Cynthia, it'll let you go there. It'll let you go there. We got one more on this row, and then we'll go to the next row. T-shirt quilts can be hard too. Yeah, I always want to make sure you're not quilting the back side of your quilt or the folding it under there. Make sure you're just quilting the 3 layers there. So. Okay, it works okay, right, Cynthia? Okay, cool. It worked for you. Okay, did you find the pattern? Did you find the pattern in there? And if you look in there, I put a lot of the stuff that I use, like my iron and the design, some of the designs I use. I need to update it. I've got a lot of pre-packed binding from years ago. Gonna use them. Awesome. Very cool. If you choose open it, it takes you right to your awesome. Thank you guys. Thanks for hanging out. Good morning. Could I get your opinion on a machine? Absolutely. Send me the info or what machine you're looking at. You can get a few opinions here. I imagine even a small embroidery hoop might have So if even so, I've done a video on. It doesn't matter if you use just the 4x4 hoop all the way up to those bigger hoops. I show you how you can quilt even with a smaller one. When using the in the hoop top stitch, like you're doing, do you base your fabric together to start? I do not. I do not base that fabric together. If you base the fabric together when you're quilting like this, you can't. So when you're using that magnetic hoop, you have them together and you're able to pull them. Okay, you're able to pull that fabric to make sure it gets taut in there or tight in the hoop, and that way you don't have those wrinkles and stuff. And if you baste your quilt or you use that spray on your quilt, you're not able to do that. You're not able to do that. It's an 80-12 on the needle size. 80-12. Yeah, you have to be careful when you're doing the quilting in the hoop because it's a little different because like, you know, when you are just doing the mirandering or anything like that, you usually baste your quilt. You'll usually baste your quilt either with like some spray or you stitch around it because you want to keep it together. But when you're actually doing it in the hoop, you don't want to baste it. You don't want to baste it. My truck has an outlet in the back, so I'm going to test it out tomorrow morning. Can you? Can you check it without thread? No, take some thread with you. Take some thread with you. You want to make sure it stitches. You want to make sure it stitches. Thank y'all for joining. Thanks for joining, y'all. We'll go back this way. We'll watch them stitching again. We'll watch them stitching again. So they said we're working on this quilt today. Working on this quilt today. So the last one on this row, and then we'll go up to the other. We're gonna have to turn it sideways and come up this way to get this side of it. So good morning, Irie. Good morning. Good morning, Carrie. Good morning. How are y'all doing? Thanks for the heart, me. Thank you for the heart, me. What speed do you set machine at for quilting? So, Marnie, the quilting, this is actually set. It's like a medium speed. I don't turn it up too much. Thanks for joining, y'all. Thanks for hanging out. Where do you recommend to find your? You can look on A and search Dime, D-I-M-E, D-I-M-E. Good morning, Gracie. Good morning. Good morning. You're welcome, Jenny. You are welcome. Thank you, Cynthia, for your help. Big shout out to Miss Cynthia. She's always helping me out here. Always helping me out, and I appreciate her. You're good, Cynthia. You are good. Hey, I'm trying to stay up with comments. I'll tell you, I'm trying to stay up with comments. Where do you start on your quilt, in the middle or where? So no, Tracy. So on mine, everybody does it a little differently. Let me make sure we're good here. Everybody does it a little differently. I start on the edge. I don't start on the center. I have tried starting in the center on quilting in the hoop, and I'll tell you, it always makes hard. So it's always hard. What kind of blank cards do you use to sew on? So just cardstock. Just look for cardstock on there. You can find it's just blank cardstock. Yeah. But yeah, when I start a quilt, I start on the edge. I start on the edge, and I usually go down the thing and then work my way over. So if I started in the middle, I've always had an issue where I started in the middle and it bunched on a couple of the different sides. So I don't know. And I've seen people start in the middle and it looks gorgeous. I have seen them start in the middle and it looks gorgeous. I just have not been able to make that work. And I've tried. I have literally tried, and I just can't get that to work. So you're welcome, Tracy. You are welcome. So you are welcome. We're going to be doing, and I think I pinned a video for you guys for doing binding too. I think I did a thing for binding because I have the easiest binding there is. If you ever worry about having to do binding on a quilt, y'all, there is such an easy way of doing binding with your sewing machine. So it's my way. It's how I do it, you know, and you still get your mitered corners and everything, and it's easy. It's easy peasy. So there is a video on that that you can check out. So, but lots of fun. Exciting. Good morning, Mima. How are you? Good morning. Thank y'all for joining. It is Friday, y'all. Friday before before Christmas. It is, Tracy. It is over on the YT. You should be able to see it on there. So good morning. Let me see if I can find it. I'll tell you which one it is. Let's see if I can find it right quick. I'll look on my other phone here. We're gonna see. It should be on I think it's short. Or maybe I thought about doing one for binding. I was pretty sure I did one for binding though. Quilting in the hoop. Maybe I'll have to do one for binding. I thought I did though. Podcast, creating an embroidery design, making. Tell you what, I'll just have to. I'll have to do one. I'll have to do one for you. So I did. I thought I did one, Nancy. I thought I did one. Did I not post it over to YT? Maybe you made the video but haven't. I thought I did. I'll find it and make sure it gets posted. If I haven't posted it yet, I'll make sure it gets posted for you. So. Because y'all, okay, anybody on here has tried my binding method? How easy is my binding method, y'all? I'm one of those people, I love to quilt. I love to make it where I can finish it in a day or two and then get the binding. So. Yes. Right, Nancy? It's fairly easy. So we're going to come back over this way because we're going to be moving it. Moving it. That's not pretty. Coming up here, we're going to go over to that next row. You kind of roll it It's a long quilt, so I have to say it does work better since I put it up on this stand-up cabinet. It's still not easy. Not easy. It just keeps coming. How much is coming out of here? How much is coming out of here? So there's a quote on here that they had me add. It says, "May our adventures be many." Is that not cool? It's kind of cool. And I added a heart around it when I stitched it in there. So kind of cool. You always put your hand behind it. I always put my hand behind it to feel the backing to make sure it's not bunched. Make sure when it stitches, it's going to stitch okay on the back side too, because you have the front side that you're looking at, but you want to make sure the back side stitches out okay too. So gotta be careful with it. Make sure. Make sure. Okay, so I'm gonna pick this up. I have a footstool over here that I'm kind of keeping it on. They have things that you can actually hang up and clip that quilt up to keep the weight of it up off the hoop. So makes it kind of cool. Makes it kind of cool. So thank you. Thank y'all for the gifts. I really appreciate the gifts. Y'all are awesome. Y'all are awesome. Creative Kiwi sent a free New Year's mug rug on the site. Y'all, oh my gosh, how cool is that? Thank you. That is very cool. Thank you. I appreciate that. You gotta have fun with those. Those are awesome. Thank y'all. I appreciate that. Y'all are awesome. So yeah, so Marnie's saying Creative Kiwi, check it out. They put a free design on there today. So that is cool. That one is cool. So cool. All right, so let's go back over here. Let's keep stitching. We're gonna keep stitching. I gotta watch it at this point. You're very welcome, Barb. Yes, thank you. Shout out to Marnie. So yeah, we have an awesome community here. We have an awesome community, and you know, we all just have fun and have fun stitching. So I'm gonna have to watch this pretty close. So almost forgot to get my new train car on. Yes, that would be cool. There's a new one on there? Okay, you're gonna have to share what you're doing, Cynthia. You're gonna have to share what you're doing. So everyone, right? It's a great group, Barb. It is a great group, and y'all, if you're not giving us a follow, give us a follow. We're on here Monday through Friday, 4:30 to 6:30 in the morning. We're always on here having fun, hanging out, talking about sewing, making new projects, and like I said, y'all usually get to choose what I do. Y'all usually get to choose what I do, except for today. I trumped today because I needed to get some sewing done. So, right, Robin? It is awesome. It is a great sewing community. So it is very cool. Very cool. All right, back to stitching. Back to stitching, y'all. Back to stitching. Okay, so we're gonna hit start here. And I know somebody has asked me to figure out how to bypass if you have a design or something on there. I'm not worried about this one because it's not going to hurt that one, but I still need to figure that one out too. So I am going to figure it out. You be careful because when you get to this point and you have it rolled up, if it goes over to the side of the embroidery machine, it'll click back because it's too thick. It's too thick. It doesn't. So you got to kind of watch it and make sure that number one, it doesn't get stitched, but number two, it doesn't bunch over there and knock off the side of where it's supposed to be quilting. So you got to be careful on that. But that's great. Look how pretty that's stitching out. Is that not pretty? This is going to be such a pretty quilt. Such a pretty quilt. Makes me wish that I had a bunch of shirts. I think my husband has a bunch of shirts that he wants a quilt done with. So we may have to do his quilt. We might have to do that one. Thank you. Thank you. I'm kind of excited. I'm excited. You have to be careful on those t-shirt quilts because the t-shirts sometimes can bunch when you're stitching them. So you got to be careful on those. Yes, Miss Cynthia, I am. Where do you find Georgia? So there is so many different designs all over the place. So Miss Cynthia can yes. I say Cynthia can direct you in the right way there. It is not a paisley design, Nancy. This one is swirls. This one is swirls if you look for this one. And this one's on JJ. It's a swirl design. The paisley actually comes off on my off a K. So the nice thing is the color of thread I'm using, it's not even taking away from the design on there. So sometimes you want to use a color of thread that actually pops out and gives it that extra touch. Or sometimes, like now on this one, we're just using a color of thread that that doesn't really, you can see that it's quilted, but it doesn't take away from the quilt. So it's kind of cool. And the nice thing is no matter what size of hoop you have, it does, Nancy. This one does. It's kind of cool. Even if you accidentally overlap, it's okay because some of it is already overlapped, so it doesn't. Did you ever run out of top thread doing a throw? Oh yes, I have. Is this the t-shirt quilt from? It is. This is the t-shirt quilt from yesterday that I was showing. I need that machine. Which one is that? Miss Donna, Luminaire 2. Thank you, Cynthia. I have to say, this machine is a game changer. It was a complete game changer for me because once I figured out how to use that projector on here, oh my gosh. I don't know how I did it without the projector. Well, I do know how I did it, which I've showed you guys how to do that with templates and stuff, creating templates on there. But I'll tell you, once you have a projector, it's like, oh my gosh. Thank y'all. I appreciate it. See how it comes all the way over to this side of the machine. And when it comes all the way over to this side of the machine, you got to be careful because if you leave this bunched up there, it'll end up like moving your hoop and stuff. So you got to be careful on these bigger quilts. So careful on the bigger quilts. Take your time. Like I said, each one of these hoopings takes 10 minutes. Each one takes 10 minutes on here. So pretty much you can just consider, like this one is 10 minutes. So you can just consider 15 minutes per hooping, because by the time you unhoop, align the next hooping, you're looking at about 5 minutes to do that. So it's not too bad. It's not too bad on there. So what thread do you recommend for black background on so you have two different options. You can go like a neon color and have some fun with it, or you could use like a cream color. Is a lot of times cream color is a perfect color, like your like this color here. This color here is a perfect color for quilting a lot of things. I do a lot of things with that color. But if you want it to pop, do some neon. Have fun with some neon. Have fun with variegated, y'all. If you haven't quilted with a variegated thread, oh my gosh. Can you quilt square by square? Absolutely. Absolutely. You can do square by square. The thread you're holding up, can it be used on a... Absolutely. Taylor, I pretty much use embroidery thread for everything. I use embroidery thread for everything. Yeah, right, Cynthia? You got to try the variegated. So the variegated thread, if you don't know what variegated thread is, let me show you. I will show you. Kind of watching it. Variegated thread, y'all. Variegated thread. So variegated thread is the thread that changes. I have the big spool like that. Awesome. So, but yeah, quilt with something like this. It is lots of fun and it turns out gorgeous. Y'all. Super fun. I'm excited now that I have all my thread organized. I have all my thread organized and I'm like ecstatic. I'm having to hold this up, so because it's getting heavy. I'm holding it up because it's pretty much all the way this way, and it's weighted down on there. Weighted down. What do you organize your thread on? I'll show you here in a minute, Taylor. I will show you here in a minute. Let me pick this up and I'll show you. What's that? Cool. As soon as this gets done stitching, I'll show you what we do, how I have my thread organized. And it was $1. It cost me $1 for this. So I always get scared on these. Last thing I wanted to do is, you put all this hard work into these quilts, or if you're quilting somebody else's quilt. I don't quilt other people's quilts very often at all, y'all. So because I get scared. If I mess my own quilt up, that's one thing. But if I mess somebody else's quilt up, that's hard. And especially like something like this, because this is a t-shirt quilt. You can't get those shirts back. You can't get those back. So if you mess that up, oh my gosh, that is like a nightmare. So kind of cool. So the design on this is 16 inches by 10.5 inches. So this is a pretty big hoop. On here, y'all. But I have to tell you, so my I had a long arm. My long arm was a unique 19, so I had a 19-inch stroke on that long arm. So I was able to do a lot, pretty much 12 foot by 19 inches. So you can quilt a quilt pretty quickly, y'all. You can quilt a quilt pretty quickly on those long arms. So let me show you. Makes you nervous, right? So let me show you how I have my thread organized. I'm excited. So I got this. Check that out. And it's just a little plastic container. Just a little plastic container. And look how cool is that? You can see the color threads in there. So you're able to see all of those. And yeah, yes. So that is how I organize my threads. That is how I organize them. And I'm just excited. I'm excited about it. Excited. So okay, so we're going to come back this way. We're going to check the bobbin, make sure. Always checking that bobbin. Always checking that bobbin. Yep, we're good. We are good on the bobbin. Good on the bobbin. We're on the third row, y'all. Knock on wood. We're doing good. Knock on wood. We're doing good here. If you had like a big, one of those big, huge dining room kitchen tables, that would probably be a phenomenal way to do this. And because you could lay the whole quilt on it, and as it moved, it would just slide all the way around. I'm so in love. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you very much. That's very sweet of you. Very sweet of you. Is this not cool? That is just a cool one. This one and the next one are cool. This one and the next one are cool. Hold you over here. You line it up there. Once you have it lined up, you make sure it's, and then check the back. You always want to check that back. And that's why you don't base your quilt, because on the quilt, you want to be able to pull that back too, separately than the front. So let me say, okay, I'm going to hold this up. And once it gets to this point, you're literally holding this quilt, y'all. You are holding this quilt, because last thing you wanted to do is mess up. Last thing you wanted to do is mess up. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Sean. Awesome. Thank you for joining. Thank y'all for joining. So, all right. So we're continuing on here. Continuing on. This quilting is, knock on wood, going good here, y'all. Going good. So, like I said, I have to, now that it is at this point, we have to watch it and be careful with it. Make sure it doesn't bunch or anything. Because you see the back, it's stitching out really pretty. So we want to make sure that the back and the front And that's why you kind of check the bottom of that when you hoop it. When you get done hooping and get it lined up, you're checking that bottom and making sure that there's no, no gatherings in the back. Because then you end up having a gathering on the back and you get it unloaded and you're like, oh my gosh, I totally messed that up. So you gotta be careful with it. You gotta be careful with it, y'all. Thank y'all for hanging out. Happy Friday to everybody. Happy Friday to everybody. Hoping all y'all have a wonderful day, and I'm hoping all y'all enjoy your weekend. This is kind of cool. So these shirts that she gave me to make this with, so they go on vacation every year, and when they go on vacation, they have a shirt every year for the vacation. So each one of these is from a year of a vacation. Um, a lot of stitching on here. There's a lot of stitching. Sorry, I'm having to keep a close eye on it. Like I said, once it gets to this point, thanks for all the taps. Y'all, we're at 35K today. Y'all are awesome. Oh my gosh. Y'all are awesome. Thank you. But once it gets to this point, you got to be careful because, like I said, number one, it gets heavy. These things get heavy because you have all three of those layers together and it gets heavy. So you want to make sure that it doesn't pull down on your hoop and unhoop you, or it gets part of the backing gets into there twice and you end up stitching it down. So you got to be careful with it. So I always watch it at this point, kind of making sure that it stays good. Lots of watching. Thank you very much. It's like I'm sneaking in on the corner there. Sneaking in on the corner. How big are your squares in the quilt? So these squares are, I think, thinking they measure 15 and a half inches because I use 12-inch squares. So I used two 12-inch squares, sewed them together, and then I drew lines across them and then cut them up and then pulled them apart and cut it up and then folded it out. I think it is, I have to measure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 15 inches. They're pretty big squares. Pretty big squares, so. Needless to say, it makes it not as easy to quilt. You're welcome. You are welcome. Nikki, did you join this morning? Are you on here, Nikki? Nikki did a quilt yesterday, and she showed it to me. Oh my gosh, she's done a phenomenal quilt, y'all. I'm kind of holding it. I just making sure it doesn't mess up here, y'all. Making sure it doesn't mess up. had to use a bigger square on this one, Cynthia, because the shirts, some of the shirts were bigger. So trying to get all of the stuff in the squares. So yes, I did. Started with 12. It's wild that the way you do it, it bumps it to 15, right? It's kind of cool. Well, it's like the 10-inch squares go up to a 12-inch square. You left me a message. All right, Gracie. Anybody that messages me, I try my best to reply back to you guys. So 40K. We're at 40K. That's awesome. And don't forget, guys, February, we're having that virtual retreat. Good morning, Tammy. Good morning. Anybody that wants to join that virtual retreat, go check out my thing, and you can get signed up for it, and then I'll send all the information over to you. So it's a 2-day virtual retreat we're doing in February on the 6th and the 7th. So, and it'll be on Zoom. So it'll be an interactive virtual retreat where you're able to, I'm able to see what you're sewing, how you're sewing it. If you have questions on your sewing machine, I'll be able to help you on there. So, and it's a 2-day, we're doing abstract. We're going to have fun with abstract, y'all. So anybody that wants to join, go check it out, get signed up, and that way we're limited on spots on there, but we still have plenty of space. So get signed up, y'all. Get signed up for that virtual retreat. That's the nice thing, it's virtual. You can sit in your PJs and do this retreat. So pretty. I love the stitching. I just love watching the quilting, y'all. The quilting is fun. I wish I could do the retreat, but the duty of work calls. Sorry. I completely understand. Maybe the next one, are you off on weekends? Because maybe the next one I'll just do like a 1-day virtual retreat and do it on the weekend. This one is a Friday and a Saturday. This one's a Friday and a Saturday, so. Thanks for the follow. Thanks for the follows, y'all. And anybody new to me, I'm on Monday through Friday, 4:30 to 6:30 in the morning. Monday, we are going to be making bears, y'all. Anybody that wants to come join and make bears, go grab the pattern, because I'm giving y'all my grandmother's pattern. So I would like to see any retreat you do, since I like watching the things you. So if you'd like, the retreat's going to be recorded. Even though you won't be there, you can still get the retreat, and you can do the recorded and watch and follow on the recorded. So you can still do it. I could provide you with the recording. So that's the nice thing about it. So right now I'm on Mountain Standard Time. I'm in Arizona, so it changes out. So it's currently almost 6 o'clock here. Currently almost 6 o'clock. So I go on at 4:30 in the morning. So currently we're on Mountain Standard Time, and then we change over to Pacific time, I think it's Pacific time, I believe. If I'm right. Oh, okay, got ya. Gotcha. Okay. We just keep stitching here, y'all. We just keep stitching. We need to check the bobbin. Need to check the bobbin. I always want to make sure that bobbin's okay. Yeah, we're going to swap out that bobbin. I end up having quite a few partially filled bobbins, but I would rather not run out of a bobbin because replacing the top thread's one thing, but replacing that bobbin is not no fun when you're doing this one. So these pre-wound bobbins, y'all, sometimes it's fun trying to find, there it is, trying to find that starter thread. Where are you at? Where are you at? Be careful when you put your fabric back in the machine that you don't grab that needle. You don't grab the needle on there, so. That one hooped pretty good. Well, that one hooped pretty good. Let me check the bottom. Don't forget to check your bottoms, guys. Don't forget to check your bottoms because if you don't check that bottom fabric, you're gonna have bunches. Last thing you want is a bunch on the bottom of that fabric, because then you end up with folds. Which I've had folds, and I've just said, well, can't unstitch it because at that point you'd have to literally unstitch that whole quilt, which is not any fun, y'all. Not any fun. Okay, so we got new bobbin. Make sure we're not stitching any other part of the quilt. Okay, here we go. Like I said, I raised the foot up a little bit, the embroidery foot. That way there's a little bit more space under there because you can see that, you're kind of going through a few layers on some of these. And if you don't have it raised up a little bit, good morning, Angela. If you don't have it raised up a little bit, it'll grab and it'll move it. So thanks for the follow. Thanks for the follow, y'all. I finished piecing 2 quilts this morning. Let me show you the 2 quilts I finished piecing this morning. I have 6 more quilts to get quilted here, y'all. 6 more quilts to get quilted. I'm going to show you all these quilts right quick. Thanks for the follows, y'all. Thanks for the follow. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for hanging out. This is upside down. Upside down. I'm going to move y'all over this way so you can see them. Move you over that way. There we go. We'll watch that as it goes. So this one's for one of the grandkids. How fun is that? How fun is that one? And I accidentally sewed one of the dinosaurs upside down, but you know what? He's staying upside down. He is staying upside down because it just makes it look funny. It just makes it look funny. So, right? Is that not cute? So I have the dinosaur one, and then the cool thing is, I'm watching this. The cool thing is I have some cool fabrics to go on the back too. So hopefully, I'm watching. Have that one done, and then you kind of find right. Hey, that's a good one, Barb. That is a good one. Fine, well done. Fine, well done. So the other one, A for Adley. I've never heard of A for Adley. I didn't know what it was. So, y'all, I went on ChatGPT and said, "Can you create me some images for A for Adley?" So that's what I did on this one. So this one is an actual bigger one. So this is a bigger one. So I used the easy design. I used that easy design. So, but I added the fun. Each one is a little different. Each one has got some little different little things on it. So I have those two done, and then my last one, like I said, I have a Hulk one, I have a unicorn one, and I have a small cow one. So, and then the other one is a, I think they call it anime. So this is for the oldest one. So I have that one. I got to get stitched. So that's the last one I got to get stitched. All the other ones are already pieced. Yes, each one is unique for each one. Each one is unique for each one of the kids. So that is, I made a rule years ago. That any gifts from me is homemade. Any gifts from me is homemade. So, and then plus, as long as I can, I got to get bears done too. So Monday, we're making bears Monday, y'all. We are making bears on Monday. Thank you. I love. You have your work. I do, Nancy. I do. I'm kind of stressing a little bit. So because I think what's going to end up happening is I'm going to get them done, and then I'm going to have to go driving around on Christmas Day and delivering them. I do homemade, and then one small gift, and then a book of. How cool is that, Diana? What a great idea! That is cool. I know my oldest granddaughter wants to learn how to do crochet, and she wants me to teach her how to crochet. So I got to teach her how to crochet. I got to teach her that one. So I did last time she was here. I taught her how to make bracelets. So she's now making bracelets. So it's fun. It's the things that you can do with your hands. It's good for the kids to work with their hands. So but like I said, last time she was here, I taught her how to make bracelets. So I told her, it's like, you put those on. Remember back in the day, you made bracelets, and then you put them on, and then you never took them off. Of course, they don't come off, but the day they fall off is a good luck day. I don't know. It was just something they did. So it's all the way down at the end, so it's kind of pulling down that way. So you'd love to learn to crochet. Maybe we'll do a crochet one day. Making memory. Absolutely, Nancy. Absolutely. Lots of fun. Last time they were here, I wish my daughter would ask to learn crochet, but she don't. Maybe one day, Gracie. Maybe one day. You figure I had boys. So, good morning, Miss Amy. And so my youngest knows how to sew, but neither one of them really sew very much. That's why I'm so excited that, thank you. They can totally crochet, but, that's why I'm so excited that Jackie, my daughter-in-law, is now sewing. Good morning, Barb. Good morning. Thank y'all for joining. So we're quilting. Thank you for the heartbeat. You guys are awesome. Thank you. So we are getting this quilted this morning. Like I said, each one takes about 10 minutes. So You know, one day they're going to wish, thank you, Amy, thank you. One day they're going to wish they learned how to do that from you. One day they're going to wish they had learned how to do that. You had all boys too, 5 of them. Wow, Shannon. Wow. So yeah, so I had 2 boys, and I've got 4 granddaughters, and it's phenomenal. I love the girl, and 1 grandson. So we thought we were going to only end up with all granddaughters, but we ended up with 1 grandson. So we have 1 grandson on there. So it's kind of cool. I moved it over a little bit, that way we can see. I did get a new, wish I had learned more with sewing. I just wasn't into it until now. Cynthia, it's never too late. It is never too late to learn. Take a look how much fun we have on here, Miss Cynthia. We have lots of fun on here. Lots of fun. You have 6 girls and 1. Wow, Barb, that is awesome. How fun is that? Mine is going to be 33. Wow. So yeah, my oldest son is 30, and then my youngest son is 29. You're in a day apart. They're a year and a day. So I think I felt like I was pregnant for 2 years straight. So my oldest sister is retired home ec teacher too. Oh my gosh, how cool. That is cool. I'm a self-taught. That is awesome. So crocheting. So I actually learned to crochet from watching my mother. So I crochet upside down, y'all. But y'all, did y'all see? So y'all remember the baby quilt we did with the crochet on the side of it? How cool was that? That was kind of cool. We binded it with crochet. That was kind of fun. That was kind of fun. Here's something. If y'all should search pillow dolls. If you crochet and you have like daughters or granddaughters, search pillow dolls. Crochet pillow dolls. They make the coolest things. They're the coolest, and they're not too hard. If I can do them, y'all can do them. So my mom used to do the extravagant ones. She did an Easter one where you had an Easter egg all the way around her dress on the bottom. So I had made all the nieces pillow dolls. So I considered making the granddaughters one. I don't know. Depends on if I can get into it again. So I'm not the best at crocheting. I am not the best. Only gifts we got from my mom's mom was all crochet. How cool. My mother used to crochet all the time. So you don't think about it. You wish you would have kept. You wish I knew how. Maybe we'll have to. I don't know. And say I could try and do. No, I don't. I was gonna say I could try and do a thing on, but I said I'm not a genius at crocheting. I crochet and I have tried knitting. I cannot run 2 needles at one time. I wished I knew how to knit. I wished I could knit. Knitting would be fun. I want to learn how to knit. When you were 8 and 9, I wish I could knit also. Yeah, I'm self-taught on everything. My mom didn't do any of this. Oh, wow, Barb. Well, very cool. Very cool. You can knit. It's the longest whatever. I've never learned how to stop. Huh. They're called purls, right? So knitting is purling and crocheting is chaining, right? I know how, but progress takes so long. Crochet, you see it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I like I said, I'm good at crocheting, or not good, but I can crochet. So got you. Well, let's look at that baby quilt. We're about done for the day because I don't have time to get another one loaded. So we'll look at that baby quilt right quick. That way y'all can see. And I'll show you all the quilts that I get quilted because they're all right here. It's all right here. When I see it all, I'm like, oh my gosh. We're going to look at all the quilts. Because I got the other 3 here. I'll show you the other 3. So if y'all didn't see it the other day, so we have a baby quilt here. I'm going to move y'all. Knit and purl. Okay, so there's that. So if y'all didn't join, we did, we crocheted the binding on this baby quilt. We crocheted the binding on that baby quilt. How cool is that? I still think it's cool. I still think it's cool. I think there was one hole that I missed. There was one hole I missed, but I sure as heck ain't going back and undoing the thing. So isn't that cute? What an idea, right? What an idea. And if you look close, I'll see if I can get it over here on YT too. It's actually got like a tinsel in it. It's got some tinsel in it. It's kind of cool. So, but yeah, this is a baby quilt. Baby quilt. So I got that one, right? Is that not cool? Your fine Waldo. Exactly. I have a few fine Waldos. Okay. So there's that one. And let me show you because I got 3 more quilts. I'm going to show you the other 3 quilts. So I have a Hulk quilt. So this is the boys. That's upside down. Upside down. I have this quilt that I'm going to get quilted. This one, like I said, this one's got Hulks in it. This one has a Hulk in it. I have that one to get quilted. Good morning. Good morning. I have to make a quilt. New baby coming in June. Awesome, Barb. Awesome. Exciting. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too, Cynthia. That's a good idea. Good idea. Ouch. So then I did this one's cute. I love these unicorns. Are those not the coolest unicorns? I'm thinking pink variegated for this one, Cynthia. I actually found a sheet that's got unicorns on it. This sheet that has the unicorns on it. Isn't that cute? So I have that one. He said, I told you I've got 6 more quilts to get quilted. 6 more quilts to get quilted. So I have that one. I've been busy piecing. And then I love this one too. I don't know if this one is one of my favorites because I love these little guys. These little guys are adorable. Check out these guys. These guys are just adorable here, y'all. So then I have this one. So you have some of those unicorns too. Aren't they cute? They're just cute. Yeah, the purple is cool. Purple is cool. So yeah, so y'all seen all the quilts I got to get quilted. I got to get stitching. I thought about just doing a meander on them, but I don't know. I like the special touch of the cool designs on the embroidery machine. Takes a little longer, but it looks cool. So yeah, 6 of those quilts to get done. So not sure. Yes, it is for Christmas. I got to get them done by Christmas. So I'm pushing my luck. I got 6 more to do. So I got to get this one finished. I got to get this one finished stitching it. Yeah, I know. Plus 4 bears. I got 4 bears I got to get done too. So I get up at 1:30 in the morning. There's a reason I get up at 1:30 in the morning. So, but I'm going to have my husband help me get all of those sandwiched today. So, but I don't know. Fun times, right? Fun times. So, anyways, Monday, y'all. Monday. If anybody wants to come join on Monday, again, are you going to one of your son's house? I don't think so. My husband's working, so I don't think I'm going. I'll be home. So, we'll probably do a live. Thank you. Thank you for joining. I really appreciate you joining. So, like I said, Monday through Friday, 4:30 to 6:30 in the morning. I'm always on here. Yeah, exactly. So Monday, y'all, if you want to come join and make bears on Monday, come join and make bears. You can get the pattern on my tree. To get to my tree, click the first video in my profile. It'll tell you how to get there. So it'll tell you how to get there. So, but yeah, Monday is making bears. Come make bears with us on Monday. And y'all, thanks again for joining. I really appreciate it. And give us a follow. Give us a follow. If you're not following us, give us a follow. And replays are always over on YT. And actually, I am live on YT also. Did yesterday's phone call go? So yeah, so it yeah, it could be any type. It could be any type of bears. Actually, I made my son a Colts bear. So yeah. So yeah, yesterday's call wasn't too bad. It wasn't too hard of a fix. So wasn't too bad. But you know, it's part of the job. Part of the job. So it's okay. I'm a director of IT by day, y'all. So this is my stress relief. This is my stress relief. Yes, thanks for asking. I appreciate that. Thank you for asking. So, but anyways, I'm gonna let y'all go. I am gonna let y'all go. I have a doctor's appointment this morning. So y'all have a wonderful day. And I will see y'all on Monday and wish me luck for I actually get to go see my friends this weekend, so I'm excited for that. So, but I'm also gonna get some stuff done. So y'all have a wonderful day and thanks again for everything, y'all. Thanks again for everything. Love y'all. Thank you. You are welcome, Jenna.